Hello everyone, a little bit of a different video today. I'm not in my studio as you can see. I'm actually in some kind of a space station. And you might be wondering, what the hell is he doing on a space station on a Monday? Well, the space station is actually part of my new game Spacewalk, where you'll become an astronaut and in charge of your very own space station. So I thought today is a good idea to give you a little bit of a tour. In Spacewalk, I wanted to have everything interactable, so all these objects that you see here, for instance, this ball, some weights to get yourself in shape, they can all be interacted with. It's really easy to make a mess in Spacewalk as well, because you can play chess, but you can also, like, throw everything around. And the space station, as you can see, simulates lower gravity, so no actual Earth gravity, but there is some lower gravity in here. That's like an artificial type of gravity for the astronaut in the station. Let's have a little bit of a walk around, shall we? So, here is... to the right, you have a little bit of a viewing area, where we can see the beautiful Earth from our little space station. My wife actually always thinks this is really scary because you can't see the bottom. And here we got a really nice view of the solar array that powers the whole station. And a nice view of our beautiful planet. Now, in all the rooms there is a little intercom which can give you some help if you need. So for instance, now nothing is happening, so it will probably just give us some general info.
Reminder, all mission relevant information is accessible on the control room monitor.
The control room monitor. Okay. Let's continue our little tour. So here is mission control to the right, so let's have a look. And indeed, here is the control room monitor with all your information. Like here's the operations manual, which shows you all the little tabs so far that I've created. And you're part of the Pioneer program, which is a program that allows regular people to have their own space station, their own personal space station. In return, they have to do some research for Astra, the space agency. And here of course you have all the little information. I want to make it as realistic as possible with having it be like in screens instead of having just a UI pop-up, like how it would feel, I guess, if you're in a space station. Of course, I can't let you all just stay at Earth, so later on we can also go to different planets. And here's a little map of the station. So one of the planets that you can go to now is to the moon. Here's a little map of the moon where you can see every now and then certain pings pop up. You can also place your own pings if you're like, okay, here's something interesting I want to remember. You can just place a pin there. Now let's continue our little tour. For Spacewalk, I really want to make sure that everything is interactable, so you can also, for instance, dim the lights. Have your own little cozy way of enjoying the station. You can even change the light. For instance, if you want these blue ones, I want them to be, let's say, green. A different tone to it. I want to go back to blue. And then turn on the regular lights again. So here you got a really cool holo screen which captures everything that you make into the game's photo mode. So for instance, if I make a photo mode image of myself, there I am. Let's say, take a photo. Now these rotate, so as you can see now it's up there, and this screen is also tied to the station's power system. So if the power goes out, of course the screen goes out as well, because everything is in the world itself. As you can see here, there are three main things that you need to keep track of, which is the power supply, life support and communications. The power supply powers the station, life support powers the oxygen in the station, the communication powers, as it says, the communication between you and the Astra relay network. So as you can imagine, if the comms go down, you won't get any responses from Astra. They can't give you any help anymore. Let's visit the cafeteria, shall we? So here you can eat and drink, and since I'm a coffee lover, I really want to make something in the game where you can make your own little cup of coffee, branded by Astra, of course. So what you can do here, place it here. I'm of course not sure if you can make coffee in space, but in Spacewalk you can make delicious coffee to your liking. And if you watch the bottom right, you can see the stats for the player, the food, the drinks. Oh.
Engaging lockdown protocol.
Uh-oh. Lockdown protocol. That's not good. Something's in the station. I'm gonna wait with my coffee for a while. Can I see it?
Anomaly no longer detected. Lockdown deactivated.
Ah. Okay. Well, I guess it was nothing. Well, back to coffee. Ah, much better. Now also, if you want to eat something, you can of course eat your... Let's watch the fridge. Eat your food like without any heating, so like just raw. But it's better to just put it in the microwave. Has a bit better nutritional value as well. So we just have to wait a little bit. Let's see, got some stuff in here. No, nothing in here. I think it's ready. As you can see, it's boiled now, and you can easily just eat it. And then those leftovers, yeah, you could leave them on the station or store them, or you could place them in the recycler, which is the best thing to do in my opinion. And what I make sure in the game is that I don't want to have a lot of UIs pop up with tutorials. I really want to rather have the tutorials inside the game as if it were an actual object. So for instance, here in the microwave you can see what it is you need to do. I think it's also a clever way of world building, instead of just saying like pop-ups here and there, and just have it all inside the world. Now, of course, I think people want to customize their station, so what you can do, for instance, like we want to have a plant, let's make a nice evergreen. We can use the onboard fabricator for this. Nice little plant. Just for your own little touch. Now let's see how it would look if we just take down the main lighting here. Nice and cozy. Alright, shall we see where else we can go? So we're now at Earth, but maybe we want to go to the moon? So let's have a look. So we can use this station's main terminal for this. We can see we're still at Earth. So let's go to the moon.
Warp sequence initiated. Engaging ALD. Warp sequence completed. Current location, Lunar.
Let's do a spacewalk, shall we? Since the game is called Spacewalk. Oxygen is still good, so helmet on. So once we go out, you'll also hear the first song in Spacewalk, which I created for this. So we're in 0G. And there is the moon. Kinda nice. Now, if you're wondering how to move around in space, I got a suit propulsion system, so the same way that you would travel on foot, it just propels you forward, backward, left, right, and with control down and space up. You can even have a little bit of a thrust with shift. And then one more thing, there's a magnetic anchoring device, basically a magnetic grappling hook, which you can shoot for some quicker traversal. And then, as mentioned, the comms are really important in the game. So here on the outside is the comms tower. And once I pull up the visor display, you can see in the top right, the signal strength is now 63%. If I place the uplink code that is being rotated, which is now 8188081. It's 8081.
Communications link stable. Astra uplink synchronized.
We got a nice 99% signal strength again. Now, of course, we're in lower orbit of Lunar, Earth's moon. I think a nice way to end this little first look is to actually go to the moon. So, let's connect the fuel line, enable the hatch door, open the hatch door, and let's go back to the moon. Well, here we are. On the moon. And that's also where I'm going to leave it for today. Let's do one big jump on the moon and experience that lower gravity. So I really hope you like this insight into Spacewalk. If you want to know more about Spacewalk, go to Steam. I have a link down below. If you would help me as a developer out, wishlisting is the way to do it. That gives Steam the information that there's interest in the game. But that's all for me today. I really hope you enjoyed this first look into Spacewalk and this first look from the moon. Take care. Bye bye.